I want to talk with NIL expert Pete Nakos in this segment. I want to break down the Deuce Knight recruitment from an NIL perspective. We've been talking about Knight all week. Actually, we're going to talk about him on this show from a Notre Dame perspective. But today, we take a look at how NIL money could play into this decision. Speaking of money, I made some money. Yes, we're talking Prize Picks. I got back to my winning ways last week, and I told you that I would. What did I do? I hit on Travis Hunter for more than 88.5. That was an easy one. And Quinn Ewers hit for more than 24.5 passing yards. This week, I got a good one for you, Pete. I'm taking Carson Beck for more than 249.5 yards. I think he can throw for 250.
Yep.
Sam Levitt, Arizona State. He's on a heater. He goes for more than 184.5. I think he goes for more than 184.5. Give me your locks of the week. I need some picks. Comment section below. This is so easy. Prize Picks, all you do is select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. It's the most exciting way to play daily fantasy. Prize Picks is simple and easy to play. I make my picks. I submit my entry in less than 60 seconds. You get quick withdrawals, easy gameplay. It makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. This week on Prize Picks, I don't know what I'm going to do. You guys got to let me know. Comment section below. Pete, you got to get your picks in, all right?
I do have to get my picks in, Josh.
And here's what we're going to do. If you go to prizepicks.com/inside scoop and use promo code inside scoop, all you got to do, Pete, is put $5 in and you're going to get 50.
We're rolling.
That's right. All you got to do, go to prizepicks.com/inside scoop. Use promo code inside scoop and you can submit $5, get a guaranteed 50. It's great. It's easy. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. Go to Prize Picks. All right, Pete. Let's talk some NIL, Pete. We got a real tug of war going on right now between Notre Dame and Auburn, and right in the middle of it all is quarterback Deuce Knight. Let's reset. He's been committed to Notre Dame now for almost a year. How much did NIL play into that original decision?
Close to nothing. The idea of playing for Marcus Freeman, playing for that Notre Dame brand, had a lot to do with Deuce Knight's initial commitment to the Fighting Irish, and obviously has risen up the rankings during then. Now 5-star recruit, one of the top quarterbacks in the country, and now as we approach this early National Signing Day period, which is a few months out now, we now have flip season has arrived, and Auburn's doing everything they can to flip him from Notre Dame.
Yeah, see, so not every recruitment is determined by NIL or dollars, but now that Auburn's involved, we know they play the NIL game as well as anybody in the country. How much is NIL factoring into this potential flip? Have you heard that there's rumors of any NIL dollars flying around?
So there's 2 sides to this, right? So Auburn has a great NIL collective, Onto Victory, and then Notre Dame also has one that's nicknamed The Fun. So you're looking at 2 schools who definitely have the resources to deliver an NIL if that's something that Deuce Knight wants to really partake in. But everything I've heard is, I mean, he's a very talented quarterback. Obviously, he can command 6 figures into dollars, but at the end of the day for Deuce Knight, it's, does he want to play for Marcus Freeman, or does he want to stay a little bit closer to home and be Hugh Freeze's quarterback? And we'll get into this more here, Josh, but I think what this is boiling down to from everything that I've heard is which place is going to give him the opportunity to get on the field and start faster.
So have you heard anything about maybe Auburn trying to use a trump card if he's, torn between, hey, I got 2 great opportunities, but they are also offering me a little bit more in terms of NIL package. Can Auburn do that if they wanted to?
They could. I've been hearing a lot of mixed signals this week, and I'll tell you one thing, that Notre Dame is ready to step up if it does come down to an NIL
That was going to be my next question. I guess what I was going to say was, can Notre Dame, if it came to it, not saying that it will, because as of now, I mean, that's really not what Deuce Knight has based this decision off of. But
correct.
If they had to, could Notre Dame match something that Auburn?
Yeah, I would say that Notre Dame and Auburn, I think it's really going to come down to a relationship and where does he want to play college football and not exactly dollars. And Josh, the one other thing I'll add about Deuce Knight is obviously really talented quarterback. We've covered that. Mm-hmm. Also a guy, though, who's extremely competitive, wants to play, and I think that's what's really weighing on him. The other thing I continue to hear, too, is he's built a really good relationship with that Notre Dame staff and Marcus Freeman, and trying to figure out what he wants to do, and then also having to deliver the news. I mean, that's a lot for a teenager to try to do.
Is this a rare recruitment? I mean, we talk when we're looking at the top 10, top 15 quarterbacks in America. We know NIL dollars are flowing because it's one of the most important positions. We've talked about offensive line. Well, quarterback is right up there with offensive line. So is this kind of a rare recruitment where, just speaking in general on what you've heard behind the scenes, do most quarterbacks factor in NIL, or is it a situation like this with Deuce Knight?
You know, you go back like 2-3 years ago, we talked about Jaden Rashada, Nico Imaleva. Those recruitments, NIL wasn't everything, but the dollars were extremely higher than they are these days. You look at someone like Deuce Knight, I think that I don't think NIL dollars are everything. I think it matters. I also think that this NIL market has matured to a point where if you are a top quarterback, you know the dollars are going to be there.
Right.
And when you're evaluating these schools, it's, okay, where can I get on the field close enough? Which quarterback coach do I trust enough to help me get to the NFL and get the big money? Those are kind of like the evaluation decisions that someone like a Deuce Knight is trying to make right now.
All right, guys, talk to us about this Deuce Knight recruitment. How do you guys feel? I'm going to have Mike Singer, Notre Dame insider, on later in the show. We're going to talk a little bit more about it. You guys can go find that video if you're watching this right now. But I want to see what you guys think about Deuce Knight in the NIL factor. How much do you think it plays into his decision? Let us know. Comment section below. Good job, Pete.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, you've made it to the end of today's video, but there's hundreds more videos on the On3 Recruits channel for you to check out. And also, while you're here, hit subscribe.